Doncs a poques hores perquè comenci el Zalgiris Futbol Club Barcelona en parlem amb un periodista lituà que segueix el Zalgiris des de ja fa unes quantes temporades i que ens acompanya i que és un autèntic plaer tenir-lo avui aquí amb nosaltres. Donatas Urbonas, good morning.
Good morning, Ernest.
Here we go, a few hours to go. How is Lithuania? How is Kaunas, Vilnius, but Kaunas especially preparing for the welcome of Sharas Jasikevičius, which I suppose is a legend, is a myth for you.
I hope Sharas took a warm jacket with him because it's we have minus Celsius, right now below zero. The quarantine is also actually getting more stricted than before, and actually we're one of the leading countries in the whole world by COVID cases, regarding to the population and stuff. So this situation is not very funny. But in terms of when Sharas is coming to Lithuania, we all, forget all these problems, especially basketball fans, and we're greeting him with, our arms open and with all our warmth coming from our hearts.
First, how many degrees below Celsius are you, more or less, today? Because the last time I was here, it was minus 17 degrees.
Oh, it's not that bad because it's only the beginning of December. So it's right now it's -2, -3, something like that.
Then okay. And what about the social distances and all these kind of measures now that COVID-19 is here? Because we saw a few games ago, 5,000 people in the arena, but I think that tomorrow there will be no attendance on the stands. Not sure. I think so. What can you tell us about that?
Now we're kind of got used to the situation. We are playing without tents, and it's gonna be, I think, longer than shorter. At least for this month, we're gonna play in empty seats. But the government is making restrictions every 2-3 weeks. So with situation like this right now, we don't expect any changes regarding to this matter.
And I suppose the team has noticed the fact that there are no fans on the stands in recent games, especially.
Yes. It is so strange because before every game in Žalgirio Arena, even though EuroLeague doesn't allow to sign an anthem, our fans had the tradition for 20 years to sign an anthem together with the team. And for the first time, I think it was like 2 weeks ago in the game against CSKA Moscow, we didn't have anthem. So even the players were like, kind of looked lost because they were looking at the media officer of Žalgiris, kind of asking, so where's the anthem? What's wrong with it? And it's very strange because Žalgiris fans and all this crowd was always something special about this team and a big part of the club all the Europe knows.
What kind of welcome do we have to expect when Sharas arrives to the country? Because he's about to arrive. I suppose different to Catalonia, many journalists in the airport, and then of course in the hotel interviews, you have an interview with Sharas. How things work here in Lithuania when someone like Sharas comes to visit you?
When Sharas comes, a lot of cameras, a lot of journalists are going straight to the airport. We're having the kind of regular pre-game media session at the airport. But then I think that Sharas will spend more time, I don't know, maybe with his family, with his close friends, because Barca is coming pretty early at around 2 o'clock afternoon. Of course, I'm going to have the one-on-one interview with him, but I believe that it's going to be only single media session, and then he's going to spend more time with his family because his parents, I'm missing him, and my colleague took an interview with his parent, with his father, and he told that they still don't know how they're gonna meet, because all of these restrictions, if they're gonna be allowed to enter the hotel. I think there shouldn't be any problems, but they told that they are missing Sharas. They're talking with him on the phone after every game, but only after Sharas wins the game. Sharas' father is calling him around 1 hour after the game. When he loses or before the game, he doesn't want, to disturb him or to distract him, and to just leave him alone with his own thoughts.
What's your perception of what Sharas is doing at Barcelona?
Sharas is doing his things, and actually when I'm listening, when I'm talking to you guys, journalists from Barcelona, when I'm hearing his press conferences, I hear a lot of same things we were listening to for 5 years, and we know where his ideas are going to. We know the direction, and this direction is coming to some big things, I guess. I was actually surprised that Barca had such a winning streak, and I was also surprised that they lost the game against Asvel, for example. And it shows again that big things don't happen in like 2 months or something, because usually Šaras in Žalgiris, he even mentioned that it is around the Christmas time when I expect to see the outcome of my ideas implementing into the team. So I'm just watching the process of Barcelona. I know that it has to take some patience, but I think that in the end, it's gonna come to victories.
Have you ever seen a timeout where the coach doesn't speak at all for 1 minute, for one entire minute? Have you done it before in Kaunas?
It was a great timeout, and I think that in Kaunas he had one or two such kind of timeouts. So it wasn't something new, but Šaras is genius in a way how to approach the team, how to reach heads of every guy on the team. So at once it was funny to watch him, but at the same time it was not surprising because it's just what Šaras does.
The Zalgiris started really well at the beginning of the season, and many of us were very surprised because Šaras was not there and the team had lost a few players, but they were on top of the table with Barcelona. Now they've lost a few games. What's the reality of this team?
I think big time coaches like Xavi, like Messina, like Itudis, they bring us down to the reality, because in my eyes Žalgiris was winning in the beginning of the season mostly because other teams didn't know Žalgiris, didn't know how Žalgiris plays. Most of the teams couldn't adjust to the freestyle of basketball Žalgiris was playing in the offense, and some defensive tricks which were not so common in Europe. Now, in my eyes, Martin Schiller had a great coaching clinic from the big time coaches, and now it's time for him to make adjustments. So we're still in a way of finding that reality, because to be fair, okay, Žalgiris had 5 losses in a row, but they played against teams which are competing for the EuroLeague title or or at least Final Four. So now December, I'm not talking about the game against Barcelona because it's another big time team which we don't expect to beat. But then later we're going to play against our league teams like Fenerbahce, like Panathinaikos. And I think that then we're going to see the real Žalgiris face.
And final question, Donatas, for you. I'm curious about that. How did you react when on summer you knew that Šaras Jasikevičius was going to Barcelona? Because here there was an explosion of joy because many people wanted him to be in Barcelona a few years ago, but now finally he's here. But in Lithuania, did you expect, I suppose, this moment to come, or maybe you was thinking of retaining him a few more years before he can even go to the NBA, maybe?
To be fair, I personally thought that only the NBA was the option out for Šaras, because we kind of expected the Barcelona president changes in 2021. So personally, I didn't expect that he's gonna leave so early. We all knew that it's gonna come sooner than later, but maybe not so fast. And in my eyes, many people were kind of shocked, but shocked in a way that they didn't understand what they are missing. And now, with few months away from Šaras signing with Barcelona, now I think that watching Žalgiris game, we miss the strategy, we miss the idea, we miss that some his genius moves on the court, his intelligence on the court. We miss his press conferences, and again his intelligence, talking with the media, talking to the fans. And with some time, we're missing more and more of Šaras, and now it's kind of a nostalgic feelings inside. But I'm happy that he's coming, and at least we're gonna grab that a little bit piece of cake which Šaras is giving for all of us.
I'm sorry for you, but I'm happy at least that you can sort of enjoy now that he comes here, that he will feel at home. And it's a pity that not a single person will watch it from the stands, because it would have been special. In fact, in Palau Blaugrana, many people is still waiting the moment where they can applaud Sara Jasikevičius, but this is the reality of COVID-19. It's a pity for you, for us, for everybody, and see whether by the end of the season we can see the Zalgiris Arena full of people, which is for me the best arena in Europe at this moment, and a good place to play basketball. Thank you very much to be with us, and see what happens tomorrow.
Thank you, Ernest. Good luck for Barcelona, but not on Friday.